previously on the Free Roll 5.
Nobody trusts me, and I'm hanging around.
You screw us, though.
I got a crossbow that might have your name on it.
It probably won't. It hasn't hit much. Carl was down there.
Yes.
We messed Carl up. Just a big square.
Poor Carl.
Yeah.
He didn't last long.
When we go to the stable, can there be a wolf in there so I can get my wolf? Why?
That's not a horse, that's people in a horse suit. Because he is so convincing, they just keep walking. Damn it.
Yay, Pete. Wait, did that just wreck your entire night, didn't it?
Well, that just wrecks a little bit.
Pete,
Is this what you're talking about?
we got some things to tell you, bud.
Well, that might be it.
Might be what, sir?
I'm pretty sure. May I? He stretches out his hand.
I guess. Here you go.
And Pete takes it. I'm
Pete,
Is this what you're talking about?
we got some things to tell you, bud.
Well, that might be it. We'll have to find out.
Might be what, sir?
You don't know?
It was a pain to get, so it probably is.
I'm pretty sure. May I? He stretches out his hand.
I guess. Here you go.
And Pete takes it. I'm just kidding.
So now every eye in the place is on us. Son of a...
Draw your swords, boys.
I ain't got a sword. I don't think any of us do.
Everybody kind of glances up and looks at Pete and then goes back to what they were doing.
Artist waves. And you and try the fish.
We'll be here all week.
Yeah.
Lork, you should take a look at what these fine gents and ladies have found. You'd never guess where. How should I do a female goblin voice? I don't know how to do that.
Feel my pain.
Yep, that's what you're going to have
Good luck. See, I went gravelly and then tried to raise the pitch. Good luck.
Yeah.
All right, make it female.
Oh, Gravel, change the pitch.
Yeah.
Gravelly, pitch change.
Yep. What have you got there, Pete? Spot on.
Are you two siblings?
Never seen her. What have you got there, Pete? Some information that might help us find a little more danger, I'm sure.
This empty box,
Empty.
It's empty.
and he opens it,
Oh, we were told not to do that, bud.
and there's nothing in it.
Oh, thank God.
Absolutely nothing.
And why?
What the crap?
Something like that. No, I'm going home.
Wait a minute, Fonkin. Let's get a little more information before you just run off again.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. Our strings have been pulled so often.
This empty box is a vacancy drawer.
What?
At least that's what I'm going on for the time being. It's a vacancy drawer. I'm going to need you, Lord, to jump on in and see what you can find if you're up to it. So a vacancy drawer, you put something in, much like a bag of holding. I'm sure everybody's heard of one of those magical items. Yes, Darcassian, I'm aware you know what one is.
I have one too.
And
Can I buy it?
No.
Oh, my God. It would have all the ale.
you cannot infinite ale a bag of holding.
It doesn't work that way, sir.
He just holds it up and it's a beer glass symbol that's in the shape of an 8.
You put something in, much like a bag of holding. Yes, Darcassian, we know you know what it is.
Yes, of course.
And it disappears when it's opened again. There's a bit of a trick to it. You've got to go in and open the hidden door within it. Vacancy drawers can come in all different manners. Boxes, bags, hidden pockets and statues, lockets. Anything can be a vacancy drawer.
Watch where you're reaching there, bud.
If you find one, you might not know what you found and may never. You know the trick where you put a coin in the slot, flip it, and then the coin's gone. Yeah, essentially, it's the same principle, but this is some big force of magic. Or BFM as a term I just coined.
What's the F stand for?
Force. Weren't you listening,
Sure.
dwarf?
Force. We'll go with that.
Freya?
Yes.
Did you have anything you needed to say?
Well, I just said that I know magic.
You do?
Just saying.
Okay.
That's all. I'll go back to standing here now.
Pete's like, newsflash, the sorcerer knows magic. Let me update my notes.
All right, so, do you guys know the trick here? I might.
Lork says. That wasn't her voice.
No, it wasn't.
I might.
There you go.
There you go. I might.
Lork says.
All right, Pete. Let's get this thing done. Follow me.
Lork leads the company down some hallways, twisting and turning through the mountain itself, passing doors with windows that you can peer through. You see armor and swords, and you also see ships at sea, trebuchets and siege walls. You see the histories of your lands, from the current dwarven ruins to the effigies of years ago. The elven fields of golden wheat being plowed effortlessly, the same as they've always been. The turmoil, strife, and studiousness of humans in their own lands, though not much has ultimately changed there. The hallways and rooms have the distinct glow of a roaring fire, but the essence of a warm, cozy summer afternoon. Everything about the Magisteria Miracula is safety, calm, and timeless. It is a knowledge institution you gather from the lack of heavy armament and the surplus of books. More books than even Pete's library. Though there are soldiers, the crests which adorn their shields and armor matter-of-factly state protectors of information, nations, and knowledge, or PINK for short. The soldiers themselves do not outnumber the others milling about, but they certainly aren't scarce. And Lork leads you, the 6 of you, to the end of a hall, somewhat tucked away from the other rooms and causeways. A large obsidian door looms before you.
This is where I must take the vacancy drawer by myself.
Will you find us when you're done, Lork?
I'm sure I can have one of the pinks fetch you if anything goes wrong, preferably right, though.
Thank you, Lord. Be careful in there. We don't know what's in it. Well, everyone, let's show you around the Magisteria Miracula. And Pete brings you back to the entrance room, standing next to the amphitheater. Walking towards the eastern wall, you see a granite switch jutting from it. He places his hand on it. Pulling the switch itself, an illusory spell dissolves and reveals a staircase leading up. And he beckons you to follow. Walking the flights upstairs, you feel a lift in each step, making this traveling upwards that much easier. A platform stretches out over the entrance room, and across the long hall you see an immense stained glass window encompassing the entirety of the wall. It is encased above the doors you entered. There are 3 figures standing there in the glass, but you can't make out who they are. These 3, as he points to the stained glass window, we think are the saviors. Now, we don't know much about them, only the title by which they probably responded to. Most information we have on them has been lost, destroyed, or possibly corrupted. What we do know is the Magisteria Miracula was their creation. They built this hall, this wealth of knowledge, in a time lost ages ago. We're still learning as much as we can about them, but texts were lost and scrolls destroyed, and the ability to understand the language is missing. But I have a suspicion that the vacancy drawer you found in the Altara depths may have something to do with them, but I can't be certain until Lork comes back. Pete turns to you all and brings you downstairs. You look back and see the illusory spell cover the stained glass. You come to the ground floor, still with the complement of people milling about with tomes, scrolls, paintings, and armor in hand, talking among themselves about past, futures, and present. You overhear a new speaker at the amphitheater talking in a language you're not familiar with. Pete brings you to quarters that are a bit of a ways into the Magisteria. There is, aptly, 1 room for each of you, unless you intend to bunk up, Pete says. There will be a light breakfast in the morning, followed by what I think might help you 5 in your journeys to come. That is, if you're interested. But for now, I'll take my leave and leave you to yours.
Pete?
Yes?
Are our horses okay outside?
They're just fine.
Okay, sounds good.
As Pete leaves, he shakes each one of your hands, and He looks at our merchant friend, nods, and says your name politely this time.
Why, thank you, Pete.
Yeah, Pete, thanks.
You're absolutely welcome. And hopefully this will be something that will benefit not only you, but everybody here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, Pete.
Fair enough.
What?
Holy poop.
That took a turn I didn't expect. Something actually seems to have gone our way.
I don't know. It's a little too early yet.
You're the one that was like,
Wanna
trust
Pete?
Pete.
Listen here, Debbie Doubter.
Jeez.
Hey, man, I would like to see the information that they're...
This place is amazing.
Did you just see what happened?
I think
Right?
he's mad that we didn't pass a bar.
no, you probably didn't see what happened. Not clearly, at least.
What I miss?
Exactly my point.
Z, what do you think?
I don't know yet.
Wow. Just because I've tossed a few in the river doesn't mean a thing.
This place is crazy.
I mean, did you check out that amphitheater back there? Everybody could hear
The
me.
stained glass is beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
But do we really know anything yet, though?
No, but
Unfortunately not, but
I think we're in a place that we're going to find out more.
this is like a hall of knowledge.
Yeah,
I mean, we
seems...
wouldn't have found out anything without Pete.
Exactly. In all my years of travels, this is amazing.
I've seen better.
You're drunk. Go away. You need to go lay
You go
down.
to your room, Pumpkin.
No, I don't...
No.
If I... Okay.
He's involved. He gets a vote. I don't know what we're voting on yet, but he needs to be here
a
just in
vote
case.
for what? For him to go to his room?
I vote
Because
no.
we all vote against him, and that's democracy.
We?
Wait, what?
I'm on his side on this one. He needs to know what's
What?
going on, too.
Oh, I see. That's still 3 against 2.
I don't think there's anything else we can
I mean,
decide
literally.
until we see what tomorrow.
I think we just go to bed and
Yeah.
I'm going to go wander for a few hours. I don't sleep a lot.
I don't know if that's okay.
Yeah, they might.
I'll see if I can find Pete.
I'll go with him because I want
It
to hear
looked
them
like
boats.
Pete went to bed.
Boats. He didn't go to bed.
I'm pretty sure they won't have a problem as long as I don't cause any trouble.
We won't cause no trouble.
I give you my word,
I'll go
as
with
an
the
elven, I will not cause any trouble.
If you're taking Funkin with you, you're in trouble.
I'm not taking Funkin anywhere.
Hey, you owe me ale, buddy. You said you take me to the ale place. Let's
Well,
go.
we did not stop for the night because somebody got past the... What were they? Goblins?
Yeah,
What would they know?
and bugbears.
The goblins and the bugbears, if you two... Well, 3, 7, all of you... You 55
I'm
people...
going to bed.
Okay,
And I
he's going to
slam
bed.
my door shut.
She's going to bed, yes, of course. Well, that's one down.
Come on, artist. Let's go check out them boats.
So anyway,
For a
I'm...
fact.
I think she's been hitting his sack.
I think so. I don't doubt that. Yes, of course. But no, I'm just going to go wander with my hands in my pockets and not cause any trouble.
Artist, let's go look at the boats. Come on. Boats.
No.
Boats.
It was just pictures of boats.
It don't matter. They're boats.
All right.
I think you should go to bed.
I don't sleep.
I think before anybody walks away from these doors, we have to make sure with Pete that it's okay.
Well, Pete's gone. So,
Pete went to
So
bed.
then we go to bed.
You all can go to bed.
fine. I'll stand watch.
Okay.
Watch the boat.
Do you really think he's going to stand guard? Wait, we don't need guards. They're dressed in blue, remember?
And they're gonna-
I bet if we ask a guard, maybe if we had a chaperone, I'm going to go ask one. I'll be back in a minute.
Tragedy struck the cave.
Newsflash.
Silverhand got himself stabbed.
Hands never return.
Oh, God. Artist has had enough of this. Artist is going to bed.
Do you want?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so
Us went to bed.
those two were
Yeah.
out. Artist cracked his crap and left.
So
Her.
So the non-paranoid people actually went to sleep. The paranoid people, or the one that likes boats, and the mischievous one. What are you doing, artist?
She went to bed.
I had enough of their crap.
She did. She had enough of her crap and slammed the door behind her.
No, that was me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you're right
she
behind
slammed her phone down to pretend it was a door.
Fonkin and I are standing out in the hallway. I'm like, I'm going to go look around. Just because. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a hall of knowledge.
You may.
I may. All right.
You guys can do whatever you want. I
You
don't
are
care
on your
what you
own,
do.
sir. I'm going in this direction.
You guys just got to remember there's always going to be repercussions if you do something dumb.
Well,
or if
I
you do
already
something
gave
good.
them my word. I would not cause any trouble. I will not speak until spoken to.
My assumption is that there's guards at the door not going to let us out. Since
No.
we're not completely trusted.
Wait a minute.
Not at all.
No?
No guards. No,
Oh,
it's a
no
hall of
guards.
knowledge.
Jeez, if there's no guards, I didn't go to bed. I'm going to wander around too. What the heck?
Right, yeah, there's no guards.
You don't have to.
this place inherently trusts people until the trust is betrayed.
And that's where we have a problem because we
steals
don't.
an ale.
Right.
I'm not going to steal. I'm sticking with artists,
You can stick with Artus.
and I will be good.
So, Brian, don't get up to crap.
I'm not going to get into nothing.
Artist,
This is a lovely place to learn
You went to bed.
and experience some things.
I'm yelling from the other side
I
of the
will
room.
leave my sack ale in the room if it makes everyone feel better. No, I won't.
It's not your ale that I'm worried about. It's you.
It's you.
I'll be fine.
All right, let's
It's
go
like-
look at these boats.
I learned my lesson last time.
All right. Well, I'm going in that direction. Yes, you go.
So I
in
guess
that
we're making up stuff. He's going wherever, and we're going to look at the boats.
I'm just going to wander around for a little while.
Okay, you're just going to wander around the Magisteria and
Oh.
take a look at everything?
I'm assuming that. God, I'm a character voice. I'm assuming that if they need to find me or
Are
like
things still
page
working?
me back. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude, we still got our earrings. Perfect.
Right.
Okay, so I'll see you later. If
All
you
right,
need
yeah.
me, call.
Okay.
Not right now, Fonkin.
So you're going to go take a look at the boats. Now, the way that the hallway works is when you came down it, you didn't get the best look at the inside through the actual portholes that are on the doors themselves. The doors are locked, but you can still look through. So you can still see all the armaments and everything and the boats and such things like that. You can't open the doors themselves, but you can still see through. And consider a lot of this not only as an institution for knowledge and knowing things and learning and figuring stuff out, but it's also somewhat like a museum as well. So you're seeing old styles of armor, old styles of ships. It also appears as though these things are, if you could open the door, that they would be real, that you could touch them and feel them. But that doesn't appear from the outset of what it is it's actually, like it's being projected. Like if you were to open the door, you would be in the middle of next to the armor getting created.
So it's like a time-space portal thing.
You can assume that, sure.
That's what I mean.
Hey, Funkin,
yeah.
I think we found a TARDIS.
Bigger on the inside.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Let's borrow it.
this is awesome.
No. So
You're just going to take a walk around the Magisteria.
I'm going to
and see what's
wander
going on?
around and see what I can track down, and
Perfect.
yeah,
It's large.
I won't
It's
wander
very
too
large.
far.
A new day breaks. Pete comes up to you after you're done talking, investigating, wandering, and having a snack. I think it's time we take a look at what Lork might have found in that case. If you'll follow me.
Pete, I think you might have found something here. First, let's start with this case. It's certainly odd, especially for what it held. That was the most surprising. Do you see the inscriptions around the sides of it?
Lork, friend, there aren't any.
That's exactly my point. This thing is devilishly good. Now watch, you five.
Lork opens the case, and as plain as can be, it's simply empty. But being the crafty miner she is, she opens it. The bottom is false and melts away into blackness.
Now here's where it really gets weird.
She holds the lid, allowing the opening to face a rather large table, and drags the case onto the table, engulfing it entirely. The table now disappears.
This thing is just neat.
She exclaims while closing the lid.
Where did you all get it?
In place.
Yeah.
Under a statue.
In the depths of Altara.
Yeah, Altara. Where? I don't... Underneath Flavin Village.
There's a giant statue in the middle of Flavin Village.
Yeah.
And they put a shield on it and a ring, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Was there a sword involved there too? No sword? Okay.
no.
And the statue moved and allowed them to go down into the ground into
Yeah, we
what
met,
looked like...
we met Brian and Carl.
Yeah, there was some gooey things
Didn't go
down
well.
in there.
And this weird,
Fake.
not dead.
Dead
dude.
now.
Yeah, he was pretty messed up.
Yes, we did the math again.
She slaughtered him.
Thanks, Funkin.
You don't gotta rat her out every time.
Yeah.
I feel like I do.
No.
Dude was coming after us. He said stuff about children of manipulators and discoverers and all this stuff. I don't know what any of that is, but I wouldn't believe it unless you didn't bring this back. An entire place underneath Flavin Village? Yep.
Yeah.
That seems highly unlikely, but here we are. You don't want to visit either. It's full of dead things that move and want to kill you.
Are you sure you two aren't siblings?
We really sound alike. Yeah, I was here first. You were.
All right, Lord. Now, did you find anything inside this thing besides a table?
Oh, right. Listen, what I found in there is something that, well, didn't look particularly interesting. I found a leather sleeve. I mean, it's nice and all, but doesn't seem to be appreciably worth anything.
And Lork holds up the sleeve. It's slightly longer than a forearm, but certainly doesn't go down to the shoulder. The fittings themselves are brass, and it appears to be laced with silk ties. A standard brown dye used on the leather, which is very typical for this area. There are no interesting markings on it, and, if anything, looks like it might have been used as a complementary garment rather than anything else.
Interesting, isn't it?
All right.
You said something.
That's all?
You said something about markings being on the box.
No markings.
Yeah, that was the point.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes it a little harder to read, doesn't it?
No.
That's all you found in there, though?
Yeah, this was it.
Quick question: what happened to the table?
Oh, it's still in there.
Oh, awesome, cool.
It's gonna be hard to get out now, but
I was going to ask, how hard is it to get out of there?
I really want to drop it on somebody. Just hold the box over him and drop a table on a dude. I don't know if this one works like that, but it's worth a shot. It sounds fun, though.
You get to
I mean, come on.
And she'll proceed to back away from everybody and shake on it and back up just a little bit and slight look of fright, but nothing seems to happen.
Well, disappointing. Seems to be where that goes.
Pete's going to take the sleeve and look at it and examine it, and it seems like it's essentially pointless to have such a thing like this inside a vacancy drawer. This doesn't really make any sense.
It must have some point to be hidden in a box. So it must have a reason.
Can I do like a sense magic or something? See if it has anything.
That thing's going to go off like a bomb.
Cast Detect Magic on the sleeve itself. Xenoxia cast Detect Magic. The first glow that you see is going to be coming from the box, but immediately afterwards is going to be the glow coming from the sleeve itself. And then the intensity gets even brighter and stronger, and it nearly overwhelms you. You assume that the magic is so incredibly strong that this plain-looking box and this plain-looking sleeve are possibly insurmountable in their power that they give off. The box, of course, because it needs to hide something of such value, and the sleeve, you don't know what the sleeve does. You probably have to try it on.
Yeah.
Why does everybody look at me?
I'll try it on.
I gotta heal whoever it screws, so.
Well, I can just try it on.
After putting on the sleeve and tying down the silk ribbons, immediately, nothing happens. No special feeling, no powers of unimaginable might. It seems that the sleeve is, for a moment, just as Lork had hinted to, just to be worn for fashion. And just as you're about to loosen the sleeve, a tingle runs through your arm. The hair on the back of your neck stands on end. As you breathe in deeply, you taste metallic in your mouth. You breathe in fire that doesn't burn. Your pupils dilate so far your eyes appear black to your companions. Your body lifts slightly from the ground, and crackling is heard beneath your feet. Pete, Lork, and your companions look at you with horror and mouths agape. Take it off! Take it off! Quickly! Everyone help me get it off! Pete screams.
Z, drop it!
Do your best. Cut the straps.
Burn it.
I know you like silk, but cut the ropes!
Pete goes over and attempts to wrestle the sleeve and untie it and remove it from your arm. And he's slowly untying it as well. And everybody help me. We have to get this thing off of her right now. Let's go.
I run over.
Yeah, I'm already there.
Yep.
Me too.
It's gonna be alright, Z. Come on, we'll get this off you. I'm gonna hold her down. Yeah, that'll go well.
Hold her down. Take over the team, Claire.
Alright.
Holding by your feet, kind of laying half to
Yeah.
the ground to hold you down so they can untie you.
So essentially, it's just you two helping and then Pete taking the sleeve off. I see how it is. Yeah. Thanks, sorceress.
I said I'm coming.
So, look, what are you doing tonight?
Darcassian, you get your elven butt over here!
Sorry, I was moving it right along. Yes, sir.
Yes!
I will hold you down. I will help hold it down. Quickly.
Help untie! You're taller than all of us!
I'm untying.
Pete and the other one have it.
I'm trying.
I would help my hand to hold the moment.
Put the ale down. Kicking me.
God!
Stop kicking, woman.
And you're able to wrestle the sleeve away from Xenoxia as she falls slumped to the ground. The color comes back to her complexion.
Thinking since I was half under her, I probably caught her.
Probably.
Wake up.
good pillow to land on.
Her pupils return to the normal size that they are, and you begin breathing normally again. The power that you had felt was strong, to say it at its very weakest. It totally engulfed you. But at the same time, you felt more in tune with your own self and your own strength and your own quickness. You felt like you could understand more than what you could possibly know. But it didn't really make any sense. But you felt something deep, something that would maybe help you in the future. But you're not sure, because the feeling has passed.
So I say we don't. I think we put that back in the box and not.
You didn't leave it on long enough.
Okay. Well, I mean,
So, Lork,
yeah, you kind of took a kill all humans approach here. I don't know that this is a good idea.
hey, Lork, have you ever seen anything like this before?
That was very intense.
How about heard of anything like this before?
No.
Pete, how about you?
That was astounding.
Yes,
But
very astounding.
no, not even all my studies, nothing that I've ever heard of has come
Never
close
come
to
across
that
something like
sleep.
this.
I
Oh my gosh.
do not put that back on. We don't know what it is yet.
It did seem bad.
Another question. Do you have like a guinea pig around here somewhere? We could try this on someone else.
Not anybody that I could
Do
volunteer.
we trust anyone else?
Good point.
I could do it.
No, we do not want to give you unfathomable
Do not
power.
give the drunken goblin thing anything that will increase that.
Magical power kinda sounds
Let's
like
put this in a
fun.
pack and not deal with it right now.
Yeah.
Well,
Are you
I could just
sure?
carry it.
I can try
Don't let her carry it. No, don't let her carry it. I'll carry it.
it. It kind of sounds like fun.
Oh,
I trust her better than the other two of you.
I think.
And you're right out, so don't even start.
I don't want to. Look what it did to her. I don't want to put
Yeah.
the damn thing
I
on.
say we give it to the silver hands fellow.
Yeah, no.
I have a place we can put it so it won't get.
Let's just.
Or we could leave.
not.
Really, Pete? I was gonna say hide it in his library, but whatever. Yes.
You trust me with floating and black eyes?
I was gonna say,
No.
how about we just leave it for the
Z,
studying people?
Z
and-
has had a taste of it.
Let
If
them-
any of us needs to hold it, it's probably Z.
He has a good
Because
one.
we've already talked her down off of this and gotten the thing off of her.
Okay.
We'll give it to, we'll give it
Okay.
to the Lorca.
Lork.
Lord, sorry.
Yes, Lork. Yes.
I'll take it.
Thank you, Pete.
Let's put it in that coin chest. I'm gonna need to bring this down to the study and actually find out what this thing is.
Well, interject if you don't like the plan.
I'm not really feeling this, Pete, but I don't know what else
Would
we
you-
do other than walk around
I
with it.
can guarantee you it'll be safe here, but
That's-
we need to understand what this is and not go willy-nilly in putting it on.
If-
Isn't that right, Xenoxia?
It's fine.
If I,
Listen to her.
She was
Yeah, I
fine,
won't need
you
it
know,
anymore.
Mumbling, kill all humans under her breath.
If
okay.
Pete, if you do decipher what it actually is, and it's nothing that will per se do any harm to the wearer, may we have it back?
Perhaps, but I don't know yet.
I don't mean for me.
We'll find out. It
I-
depends on what this is.
That's
What are
what
we
I'm
gonna
asking.
do with it?
Should we leave it for the
I say we leave here.
knowledgeable folks?
Yeah, I mean,
Unfortunately, I mean, it might make us some money, but we don't know.
because
Well, if we're gonna do that, I want to try it on first.
No.
no,
Oh,
you went Hiroshima on it, dude. You're not trying on this thing that made Z float.
Look what it did to this
Sparks
one.
and
No
he's
bad
got
idea.
A lot more scary
Yeah.
magic.
Pete,
God, no.
Question: is this place like a library? May I? Am I allowed to drink in it?
oh, you're just fine, Darcassian.
Thank you.
All right, fine. Pete, go find out.
I think we regroup and we let them study it for a while. We might as well stay here while they're studying it. We got nothing else going on.
Well, I
Maybe
do
they'll
have-
find something that we can do.
Well, I do have this one thing.
I'm not making boats.
Or ale.
So, Lork,
Man, he is really hitting on
what
that.
are you doing for dinner tonight? Apparently, we're staying.
Well, I was gonna eat my fish heads and gruel.
That sounds delicious.
It's not.
Do you have anything else?
Yes.
What else is there?
Bread. It's probably bread. Bread.
Well, yes, every
And
place has
butter.
bread and butter. Oh, you have butter. I can't believe you have butter.
Oh, God. You really
So-
went there.
So, care to join me for a late dinner snack?
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the worst joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you don't have butter. Hello?
Yeah.
Chirp, 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 chirp. I'm gonna have to cut it there and put in cricket.
So how about it, Lork? A dinner?
I suppose.
Rock on. I'd like to talk to you about some things I've encountered in the past.
That's something we can do.
Thank you.
Artist.
Is this stuff we can do around here while we wait? Do you need help with something?
Oh, absolutely. Lork,
Yeah?
would you mind bringing our companions to meet Braley and Donnie in the conditioning square?
Absolutely. You take care with that sleeve now.
Lork will lead you out of the room with the obsidian door, up to the entrance room with the amphitheater.
Well, are you five ready for a little action, or did Pete not tell you anything?
Once again, Pete left some information out that would probably be helpful right now.
Probably a little bit, yeah. That sounds pretty typical of Pete.
Oh, you've met him then.
Several times. He's genuine, but he likes to know things. Kind of getting that. Well, this might be a handful for you all. No time like the present, though, so let's get scooting.
Fair enough.
Lork brings you five out of the main hall and to the left of the amphitheater. There she pulls another granite lever, revealing a hall heading deeper into the rock of the mountain. Strangely, what appears to be glass windows lining the walls are visions of the outside. Spring appears to your left and winter to your right. A chilled air blows through, but a sweet smell of apples comes just after.
Okay, you five. Here we are.
You enter into a large room, hearing sparring from below. You're on a causeway looking down onto an arena of sorts, and two figures are going back and forth against one another that you recognize by their sheer size alone. Braley and Donnie are sparring against one another, quarterstaffs in hand. Braley's power is a good match for Donnie's swiftness. They match toe-to-toe. The distinct clack of wood and thwaps of feet hitting the ground.
Braley, Donnie, you're visitors. Well, I'm off. Good luck. Have fun-ish.
And Lork leaves.
Well, that was a ringing seal of approval.
All right.
Well, look, before you go, what time is dinner?
Well, it's probably about 6, so I'll be in the main hall.
I'll see you there, my dear.
You're still swinging for the fences with this one.
I have some questions.
All right. Who's up first?
For what?
Oh, you're getting your butt handed to you.
I mean, we've all seen each other fight.
Let's put.
Big man here.
This is a sparring course.
You've been volunteered.
Son of a...
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Democracy, my friend.
Yeah.
4 votes.
If they flood this arena, I will be quite upset that Boaty isn't here with me.
So will he.
Yeah, I know. He'll miss out on a huge war battle. Out in the water, sun shining, cannon fodder.
Get down there, big guy.
Do you expect me to jump all the way down there? Is there a ladder?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Oh, look, a rope. Who puts a rope above a causeway? What kind of weirdo does that? I'm assuming there's a way to get down, because you said you're on a causeway, so it's
there's
like a
stairs
catwalk. Okay.
the way all the way down, and Braley and Donnie meet all 5 of you. What we've got here is training. You can come down at any time into the arena. We have different ways you can all train. Casting spells for accuracy for you, sorceress. Melding with nature for you, druid. The rogue has a variety he can do, from stealth, sleight of hand, to quickness with a weapon.
You're gonna need it.
Along with the corridor behind us are silent rooms. No sound enters, none leaves. They're very good for becoming more in tune with the deities. Those are for you, Claire.
Silence, so I won't hear him. I
Exactly.
like this already.
Hey.
For the ranger,
Oh, thank you, sir.
the arena acts as a way to train with a familiar. Druid, that's you too. If you find a musician among your group, there are instruments next to the silent rooms as well. No one likes hearing screeching lute or a fiddle. And as you saw, we can do hand-to-hand, melee, and ranged combat as well. This arena is for honing skills, becoming stronger, faster, and better. Here is for the physical part of defense and offense. The room's for the wisdom and charisma, but the entirety of the Magisteria, well, it's dedicated to intelligence and the sanctity of it. The study and the library are where you would want to go. Please turn to page 7. So where you are right now is a training room, and what you can do in the training room is increase your skills, get new feats.
Brady, is there a targeting range around here somewhere for, like, shooting arrows?
Yes, right over there, and she points yonder off to your left, and there are targets set up at varying distances.
Ah, of course, yes, of course. That looks amazing. I think I may go walk over in that direction for a little while.
And look how quick he gets out of the combat.
No. No. Fine. Brayley, my dear.
Yes?
How do I put this gently? I'm probably going to die if I try. May I also hone my skills with I do believe a long sword with you. I saw you in your little duel there with your friend.
Oh, Donnie, yes. Certainly. However,
Training swords. We can use training swords. This one is sharp. Yes.
will probably be a better bet.
I would think so. I don't want to get hurt just as much as you don't.
I don't think I'll have any problem to worry about that.
You know.
Yes, you absolutely would be able to.
You know, you are an amazingly
Oh God, he's gonna hit on
strong
her.
woman, aren't you?
Oh my God, he's gonna die.
Donnie,
I'm going off to one of the rooms to meditate.
Z and I, we're looking for the possibilities of getting a familiar. Do we have that possibility
Oh,
here?
you're talking to the wrong one.
You're asking the wrong one.
One.
Oh,
Yeah, remember?
I'm the wrong one.
Remember, Donnie is strong like bull, but smart like tractor.
The other one.
Really?
You've invented
Really?
tractors.
Yes?
Z and I, we're hoping to find a familiar or work on that. Would we be able to do that here?
I'm sure we might be able to figure something out for you. It probably won't be in the arena, but there is a large expanse of mountain and woods outside of the Magisteria. We would be preferred if somebody would accompany you, as it's quite dangerous out there. As you see, we have treants guarding the entrance to where we are.
Wonderful. I think that's where we would like to focus.
Very sure we can do that, and we will probably accompany you ourselves. Until then, she'll go through explaining everything else that you can do here. The skills that you can increase, the new feats that you can get. You also have the ability to increase your strength, your dexterity, your constitution, how wise you are, how smart you are, and, well, how well you can talk to other people. It seems that you and Donnie have much in common in that area, and I suggest you take...
You are going the
same
right way to taste
classes.
an axe there, chick.
Whoa, ladies. Let's bring it down a little bit, shall we?
It's not going to be a pillow fight. Shut your mouth, elf.
Well,
Thank you. I heard that.
Move to the dwarf.
you got me there.
My money's on Brayley, to be honest, at this point.
Just because I don't friggin' speak that great doesn't mean I ain't smart. Doesn't mean I can't do stuff.
Oh, I'm sure you're very intelligent. Just your communication skills are obviously lacking, and
Yep.
as is Donnie's communication skills as well. Isn't that right, Donnie? Yeah.
Is he putting on his bitch glove?
That's what I have nobility for. She speaks for us.
Holy cow, we're late. Sorry about that. December gets to be a little hectic for me, what with being a letter carrier and all. I hope you had a great holiday season, no matter what you celebrate, and if you got dice bags, handbooks, supplements, miniatures, or whatever, hope you enjoyed the season entirely. It's a good thing that Pete isn't the baddie after all, or maybe he is. Who's to know besides the DM? After this outro, there's going to be a little run-through for our players at the end. It's a little technical, but it runs through the rules of how we're buffing our characters outside of the standard leveling. If you'd like to give it a listen, by all means. It might help a DM in the future and inquisitive players figure out how all these characters got so much stronger between levels. It wasn't a whole lot, but it's worth a listen anyway. If you think it's a good idea or want a little more information, you can always find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram and ask for some more detail, or just ask why we're doing it. But enough of my pandering and groveling, let's get on with the thanks over the last 2 weeks. This is going to be quite a long list, so bear with me as I take a lot of breaths. Helly the DM, a World_Infernal, Classless Cast, another 3.5 D&D podcast, Tabletop Smithy, maker and designer of dice trays, Relic of the Past, Bal the Barbarian, Basement Boys 2, Astrofishix 1, Epic Loot Solo, Flaming Flamingos, and they've got an Etsy store. Is it Wine 30 yet? Lord Communize, Initiative Roll, Thunk Tankers, they've got a great podcast. Check them out. Frog Suit, Ironing Board DM, Witch_Planet, Gator 6 Charlie, Love Lovecraft Radio, It's Melio, PCast_Overlord, Avantris Legends, Odyssey Vox, Amble Tournament, Broad Bullied, Mapsmate, Grape for Maps, Rules As Written, 20 SA Podcast, RPG, Twitter, Not So Famous Pod 1, Oofta Games. Check them out. They make a great card game that our DM bought. Titan Tournament 1, Cellar Door 10, Dice_Knights, Wadolfishark. I think that's how you want me to pronounce it. Wadolfishark? Sure. GM_Jeff_Ball, DGB419, Beasties Bygones, The_Doctor 1994, Osiello Photos, Skyren Podcast, Stefan Carney, Funny But It's Not, HWI Dipod, Juiced Dantuma. That's a lot of follows, and thank you for all of them, and we hope we give you quality audio, story, and funnies. If you're in the neighborhood for following us on social media, you can find us on Twitter at FreeRoll5, Facebook and Instagram at FreeRoll5 Podcast. We're available for download on Podbean, Stitcher, TuneIn, iTunes, Blueberry, Podtail, and wherever else your podcatcher may find us. I'm sure there are many, many more places we've released to. We've also got ourselves a Patreon where we do blog posts. There are a few up at the moment, and you also get, for $1 an episode, bonus content at the end of each show. The things that aren't terribly safe for the kiddos, so it does come with a PG-13 and sometimes R rating. So, adults only for the time being with that. Again, thank you for all the listens. But before I send you off for the next 2 weeks, if you want to throw us an honest review on iTunes or anywhere else that you can rate us, that'd be great. Show us a screen cap of it, and the 6 of us will give you your own personal review of how awesome you are because you're awesome, and everyone else should know too. Thanks, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. So the way the rules for advancing skills is simple. So once per day, a character may increase a skill by 1 point placed into the miscellaneous slot on the character sheet. You may not, however, increase skills by more than 5-point difference between the lowest skill and the highest skill. Swim obviously is excluded because obvious reasons.
Either you do or you don't.
So a DC 16 concentration check must be performed to learn more of the skill and increasingly efficient in it. So every time you want to learn, like, say you want to put something into use rope, you have to roll a 16 or higher in the concentration to do that. Feats. So to gain a new feat, a character must train in that feat for 3 days and make concentration checks each day. The DC progressively getting higher, DC 12 day 1, DC 15 day 2, 18 day 3. These are basically buffs for your character. So it is going to be difficult to do, and no, you can't just chill down here for the next 20 years. And no, you cannot just chill down here and get incredibly strong.
Okay, what about ability scores? Can you mention those? Is that like a 2-day?
For increasing your ability scores, if you want to be able to do this, this is going to be the most difficult thing overall. Okay? Training in abilities, strength, dex, and constitution can be increased by rolling a D percentile dice. It's a D100. When the percentile is 2d10. So if you're increasing strength, it requires a DC 15 constitution reflex check depending on what activity the character is performing. If you want to be able to increase your strength, you would have to make the save for it, whatever it might be, constitution or reflex, depending on what. So say you make the save, then you get to roll the percentile dice. The next day you would be able to do the same thing. DC is still the same. Roll a percentile dice. It has to add up over to 100 to gain an extra 1 point in whatever strength skill. Same thing for dexterity and constitution. Different saves, same principle.
I mean, there's only one way we can get over 100 on a percentile. We'd have to max both dice.
Right, but so say you roll 68%, right? Day
We
one.
stack day twos
You
plus.
stack day two and then add it. But if you get 1 that day,
Then we have to go another day.
yeah.
But we can keep trying. So, like, in any of these that are multiple days, if we don't hit day 2, do we start over at 1, or can we keep going on day 2?
You keep going on day 2, so you retain that whatever percentile I rolled. However, this is the hard part of it. Given the physicality of increasing these stats, there is a chance that you may injure yourselves permanently.
Rock on.
In which case, we use the Hackmaster quirks and flaws. Right. So if you're doing pull-ups on the very highest part of the gym that they have there, and your hand slip and you fall and you break your leg, you may lose your leg. Who knows? It's fun.
So what you're saying is if
Is
I
that-
try to increase an accuracy with an arrow and Fonkin hiccups and shoots me in the foot, you know?
Yeah.
Is
Fonkin, stand away from me.
Is that part just on ability scores, or is that on anything?
That part is just on ability scores. Everything else is separate because the ability scores are going to buff everything else. That's the basis.
Sure. What if I take a feat that buffs
Because
everything?
getting your ability scores up changes some of your skills.
Yeah.
And it also changes your saves and your attacks and your AC.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask.
Figure out, you said I could get more. Somebody could get more feats.
Right, so
Figure out, like, if I was able to get more feats.
if you want to get a new feat or an additional feat or whatever, the first day you would have to roll a successful DC 12 or higher. Second day would be a DC 15 or higher. Third day would be a DC 18 or higher. You have to make them all to be able to get that new feat. Feats are like learning skills, but they're a lot more centralized into one thing.
I'm going for a feat.
You're gonna go for a feat?
Yep.
What's the new feat that you want?
Combat reflexes.
So that would be dexterity. So roll me a DC 12.
Nope.
Are we hanging out here for like a week, guys?
You
So
disappear.
if I want to up my strength ability,
Are you kidding? You did it in 3 rolls?
That's how it's supposed to be done.